Hello, hello. Anyways, this is Nick. How you guys doing? And today is the Friday, and today is the make sure Friday. And thinking about this for a little bit, um, we're going to talk about postcard marketing for investors, real estate agents, brokers. Postcard marketing is a pretty powerful tool. It's one of the most powerful tools out there that we have as far as that goes. The reason that is, um, the reason is it's a powerful in the world basically of real estate, and basically uh, why it's so good is that it helps. Oh, there we go. Cool. I'm getting to figure this out. Sorry about that, folks. Anyways, it's always been a powerful tool. Marketing is, and I've sent a lot of them out in the past. Doing I send out. Me and my cousin used to send out 150,000 a month, every month. Okay. Even though real estate prices U.S. mail are a lot higher, but still, if you do bulk deal, and cards are powerful. Now, regular powerful too, and I'm a big proponent of it because of the response you get if you do it right. There's a lot of versions to the response, and there's different variation stuff that you can go ahead and send stuff out for postcard marketing. Now, I'm going to talk about it first for investors. And investors, I knew somebody in Seattle area that's probably worth a couple $100 million, maybe more. Real estate alone, businessman. Used to be in real estate a long time back, and I want more detail on that. Anyway, he still sends. Sorry about that business stuff. Still sends mail out, and what happens is he picks some areas that he likes, and he'll send out 10,000 a month, and he's looking for homes and apartment buildings. Okay, that's what he owns: homes, apartment buildings. He may be worth up to $500 million. It's pretty high. It's over 200 million easy. And the amount of passive income, like Grant talks about, massive every month. Lives in the $5 house on the water, somewhere in the Seattle area. So, anyways, excuse me. Anyways, so what's cool about the postcard marketing for investors is that you're focusing on a particular area and you're focusing on a particular deal. So for houses, you might go back and pick someone that's owned a house. Does your real estate agent help out if you have a good agent, or you could pay for it, which you probably have to do anyways, but the agent keep a list. And so you homes that were between 1900 to 1965, or you get properties that were built between a certain age and also too they're in this area. You break it down. Mortgage. A lot of them don't have mortgages. People have been in the home more than, let's say, 25 years. And there's a whole ways you can break this stuff down to get it. And all of a sudden, you go ahead and you send mailers out each month. So there's a lot of different avenues. So I can hear. There we go. There's a lot of different avenues as far as you can adjust it to what you need in the postcard. Postcard for sending out as an investor. Have a website, generic website. Go to wherever you want to go and build a generic website. Make sure you have a number on the card if you have it. I put your email address. I wouldn't do it. I have the website and have a phone number. If you have a phone number, have a drop line. Basically, it could be an 800 or for whatever. You can buy that. There's services that out there do that. Or you have just another drop phone, main phone, but another drop people can call in. Have 30 seconds to a minute. Actually, probably a minute long, include what you're looking for. And a lot of times you get that 70, 80% of value because the people don't want anymore. It might be a lady that lives in the house, an old guy that lives in the house, and they're a long time, old couple, and they get rid of it. They pass a commission and have your lawyers do it, or you have a real estate agent pay them a couple $1,000 to do it for you, or whatever. And this is a good way. This guy that I know, he owns a lot of homes and apartment buildings, and he's picked properties this way. So it's a pretty powerful tool because he does it every month. He's consistent. This is the number one problem with people doing this type of mail, especially investors. You have to be consistent. You have to do it once a quarter. And you just doing it, and people keep saying your mail over and over again. Now, there are different versions of it. You can have a yellow background with black writing on it. That's a real popular one. You see people do that with signs in a lot of areas. That's an old school way of doing it. Or you have some kind of colorful deal with it, or if you have programs you can get, or graphic design if you buy it to a postcard company and put it together. But the ways you can also track it too is that you have your web, put your email address, and also too you can put a number at the bottom, the back of the, flip it over, and basically put a line dividing it. And you may have 2 paragraphs. You might want to put a number on there, like it could be an area GRA 1-2 or whatever. That might be the area that you have. You make it up so you can track what the deal is. There's other ways you can track it. And this is cool if you're an investor, because I used to do this too as an investor to find properties. And I've always gotten good deals because a lot of times it's a long time they just want to sell it. They don't want to deal with the hassle. So I was able to get it, 70, 80% of value. I don't care if you're in Seattle, San Francisco, LA, San Diego areas. I don't care if you're in Silicon Valley and you're doing it. You can, I've done it. And so I don't care if you're in the East Coast, Midwest, Southwest, Southeast, wherever. Doesn't matter. You can go ahead and you can still work it to your advantage. And so this is a good way to do stuff. Basically, don't put your picture on it. This is a stupid way of doing it. I had to learn this the hard way. Don't do that. Put a picture of a house, an apartment building, or maybe a house or an apartment building. I don't know. The small postcard, which the ones you want to use. You don't need to use the big ones unless you do something once a year, like at Christmas time. Maybe you want to, I would say no. Stick to the small 4x6. Keep it simple. Simple is good because this is how you build trust, because they see it every month. So if you're an investor, this is a great way for you to pick up properties. You keep doing it consistently once a month or once a quarter. I would tell you to do it once a month. You got so this is a good deal. If you're a real estate agent, or a mortgage broker, okay? You're a real estate agent or a mortgage broker, this is a good deal for you. You should be doing this every month. DeanJackson.com is one of the best direct response marketers on the planet. Joe Paul is too. They have ilovemarketing.com. DeanJackson.com has got a whole bunch of stuff. Soon I got to figure out how I can show this stuff online. I'm still learning this program, so bear with me. But anyways, he has a whole cool thing of postcards you can send out. And essentially was that postcard, you can do the yellow background and the black writing or whatever you want to do, or something colorful. Have your internet address, your internet site. That's what I mean by that. An 800 line or your phone number, a dead drop phone to another phone. Also, too, you can code it in the back, which is easy. Or if you have an 800, so you know where it comes from in the neighborhood. If you're looking for, tell you to do a multi-track. If you're starting out, you're a cherry. You're like in the first 3 or 4, anybody under 4 years essentially is a cherry. Still don't know very much. Unless you own a lot of property, you still don't know anything too much about it. Anyways, ways you can track it. The coding number on the back side, lower corner, or you have an 800 line of some type. These are pretty inexpensive. So you have your internet and that. And so, like a program where you can do that, you send out your farming, and it's the same thing an investor does your farming areas. I would tell you, start out sending out 1,500 to 2,000 a month, take an air rate it, and that's every month. The problem with real estate mortgage brokers are not consistent. Also, too, you need to have some kind of information. Go to there's some other site, or you have a webmaster and you pay for it separate for that. A lot of agents don't do this, and it's at the wall. Okay, if you're putting out door hangers, same thing. You have a separate site for it, and basically keep that site separate of your keep it separate from your postcards. You will need to keep it separate. They're inexpensive. You go to GoDaddy or whatever, or some other site. You pay your monthly fee and you do it. So you go out, you basically talk about what you're going to do, response piece, what you're going to do, and how you're going to help them. Okay, you send it out every month. Once a quarter, I tell you to send it out every month if you can afford to do it. You're working another job, you're doing this, you're starting out good. If you're a veteran, you should be doing this every month. So you should be saturating. If you're a veteran, you should be saturating an area of 5,000 every month. There's people going to call up and tell you to take your name off or take the name off the list or whatever. Fine. You buy it from your title company, or if you get it for free, it depends on the state. Washington, Oregon, California is a little bit different on that because the rules are pretty stringent. No big deal. You pay for it. Before it was free for a long time, then you pay for it. So you go ahead and you keep sending it out Saturday month. This is a problem with the state offices, broker owners, mortgage broker owners too. You guys do not do a service to your real estate agents or mortgage brokers because you don't give them any leads, but you should give them at least a couple leads a month, one lead a month at least. The problem is, this is where I see this all the time. I read stories about it all the time. This is so lame. It drives me at the wall. Is that you're a broker owner, you sending out at least 10 mailers a month to one farm. Wherever you're at, you should be sending out the housing around 10,000 a month, and all the apartment buildings or commercial building owners, you should be sending out once a month, every month, or whatever, or alternate months, or once a quarter. Besides a newsletter, but you should be sending postcards out to all these people because this will give you an edge. So basically, you're going to talk about what your basic direct response offer is. So go to I Love Marketing, jackson.com, Tom at OK1, by referral only, Joe Stump, pretty scored away. Buffini, he took a lot of stuff from Stump back in the day. I think that's why they had that thing in the 90s. But anyways, who knows? There's some other good trainers out there in the East Coast. They're not that good. No offense, but it's just not. I've seen it. But if you go to djackson.com, ilovemarketing.com, which you should be looking at anyways, joepolish.com, or grantcardone.com, Grant Cardone's program, he's got a pretty good mailer system. I'm big on mail because no one does it. So recircling back to the broker owner mortgage broker, you should be 1,000 a month. If you're a mortgage broker, you should send out to apartment buildings in your area. I'd have every apartment building you should be sending them out to you. Basically, you got to break that down any way you want. If you're a real estate broker, you should be sending out to apartments and also to homeowners. So you're looking at getting for buyers and you're getting for listings, and also too, you're looking for commercial properties to list and sell. And he does this. One reason me and my cousin send out $150,000 a month. So I just send out $200,000 a month because with that quarterly thing, we send out family properties. Okay, so we had buyers, multifamily properties, foreclosures. You should be sending those out closures too. But you have to have your direct response offer. So whatever you're offering for that particular individual, and also too, you need to have a website only built for that. That's a tracking site. So you guys bring in leads. So you get those emails when you have people sign up for a newsletter. They sign up for when it captures up. Dean created that in the 90s. I know because I saw it at a Joe Stump event, which he doesn't do anymore. He might do it online, or he lives in California. I don't even think he doesn't do it in San Diego anymore. I don't think do it all online. But anyway, they talked about this I Love Marketing. They got people like Frank Kern, FrankKern.com. Yeah, I'm blowing these people up because Kern is a digital god. But he's got some cool ways you can look at it and tie postcard mailers into that. Actually, I saw a video he did a couple years ago. He tied it in. So you have a direct response offer. You're offering something. Basically, you're offering a free warranty if they get the house sold, whatever. AHS, home warranty system, good system. There's some other companies out there that good stuff. You can offer this as incentives. Okay? The seller can do this as incentives, buyer incentives. Buyer incentives are free for mortgage brokers or free credit report and appraisal, whatever. But you're offering something. You have a website. On the website, you talk about all these different things that you do. Have your direct response offer or whatever. They can sign up for the free newsletter. Okay? And this helps build your database system and builds your database out, whatever your database is, a zillion. And then you go ahead, you have your 800 line. You can have a direct phone number if you can't afford it, but the 800 lines are pretty cheap. Then you have some number on the bottom, back of the card. It's a 4x6. Okay? So you're going to have to, if you're a real estate agent, to sellers, you're sending out to sellers, houses, you're sending out to commercial, or it could be building owners. Okay? Don't do land. Land's not a good thing to do. I mean, I know some people in the Sound area that do land. There's a guy out here I know in Missouri that does land, but land's kind of, if there's no building on it, it's tough to move unless you're going to build on it right away. And basically, so you have that. If foreclosures, yeah, they do foreclosure bailouts kind of a little bit. There's a guy in California that's doing it. It's on the West Coast now. It's a subprime over 500. It's kind of a modified one because a foreclosure bailout is a modified one. I know because I used to do them all the time. But foreclosure is good for a way to get listings. And a lot of people bag on it, but it's not as high as you think. Okay. There are FSBO programs for that. You can hit FSBOs. You can buy it. There's a place in Utah that still has a program. The FSBO thing, you can still do that. As long as you know FSBO.com, where they're listed in the wall. You don't want to touch that because you'll get fried by your multiple. Don't do that. So real estate, you got a lot of areas. Mortgage broker, foreclosure bailouts. If you're a mortgage broker, you better know what subprime is, the non-prime. That's what they call it now. It's a stupid name, but you better know about those programs. You're doing the vanilla stuff, great. More alt-A and do that. They increase your business because you're being one side. If you're a real estate agent, you better know finance. You better talk to your mortgage broker, not just all the vanilla, the VA and the FHA. You better know the alt-A and you better know the non-prime stuff. So you got to get your act together and learn financing. A lot of times, real estate agents, you don't know about finance. It's terrible. And the mortgage brokers don't know anything about real estate. It's a joke. I laugh. That's why I did, and I learned, but maxed it out. But when I'm doing, well, my deal might go down 2, 4, 6, 8 cents in one deal. Okay, so when I hear these super mega brokers, I laugh because of them. I remember one time my cousin, he did 8 sides in one deal. One time he made $150,000. Okay, on one deal. So I don't want to hear about all this other stuff in quote unquote mega brokers because a lot of them don't know what the hell they're doing anyways. Okay. So that was just one deal. And that month he cleared what? $1.3 million, $1.4 million. So, that puts him on the top 1.111%. I did the same thing too. So anyways, all this stuff aside, it was all off post. Okay. So as an investor, a real estate and mortgage broker, but I'm going to circle back to the broker owners. Owners, back to what I was saying, they should send in 10,000 postcards a month. They're right where their office is at, or if they have 10,000 each month, even if they circulate, this provides the office. And if a real estate agent, broker owner is not doing this, you should think about leaving the office. Problem is that most owners or designated brokers in the offices don't do this. It's lame. It's sent out a newsletter every month. Yeah, they have their newsletter if you sign up that comes out on a digital, but they need to do it by mail. This is a real estate. Remember, these designated brokers don't help you. Okay, there's only that actually do this, and so they do it. So in the homes, they send it out to commercial. Okay, apartments or commercial buildings or whatever, both. I would have it designated as different. This is where you get leads and you start making postcards, a 4x6. Okay, and he starts them out. So let's give an example. So it's going to be something like this, okay? 4x6 postcard like that. In the area I live, nobody does this stuff. And the quote unquote top agents in this area, I mean, they're not. There's maybe I think there's one in the area. Man, no, I did more than that. There's probably the area I'm at, and we're part of Missouri I'm in. There's probably maybe 5 agents that might do $1 million plus a year, which is not very much, at least in my opinion, because I broke $1 million plus before I was 30. So, most agents not doing 100 plus deals a year, at least in my area, which is considered pretty high up. But it doesn't really matter because most broker owners don't do anything. And this goes everywhere in the United States. And so postcards are a powerful weapon for you to build out. As a real estate agent, mortgage broker, you have to build out your own business. And it sucks because a lot of these broker owners suck you in, whether you're a mortgage or real estate agent, they suck you in. There's a desk, there's a phone, or you work out of your house or whatever. And they don't train you anyways, and they're not going to tell you this stuff. I'm telling you, go to deanjackson.com and you should do it. So I'm a big proponent because he's one of the top direct response marketers in the world. He has a program. If you have over 500 people on your email list or more, he's got a program. It's called Email Mastery. It's worth a couple $1,000 to do it. Okay. It's a kick-ass program. And the thing is, you call it basically the 9-word title, essentially. And it's how you ask the questions to get people to get where you want. The thing is, on your postcard, what are you offering of value? Not you're just buying and selling as a real estate agent. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. You got birds I've seen all over the U.S. that say this. Buying, selling what? Cars? Trees? You know what I'm saying? And so it doesn't help you. In all these, I've only seen just in Missouri alone, or Oklahoma, or whatever. I've seen a lot of postcards. Not postcards, but billboards that don't do anything. Okay, I've only seen a couple that actually offer something. Some that will buy your house if you don't do this. That's a Kinder Reese deal. Go back to the Craig Proctor thing, but they have to go through 5 billion steps. You have to do this, and that. It's fine with me because at least they have a direct response. One gal, she has tons of, in my area, this one gal has tons of billboards all over the place in 4 or 5 counties. And I heard it one time in a radio ad that offered a survey. And that's the only drug scene. It's a joke. Okay. So the postcards are a powerful weapon. So if you're an investor, the postcards you're looking for apartment buildings or houses or whatever you're looking for, usually it's houses you're trying to get under value. If you're a real estate agent for houses or commercial buildings or basic apartment buildings or whatever you're looking for, you're taking a geographical area and doing it. Okay. So you're doing that. When I did it, I had multiple farms going in 3 areas. Plus we used to hit buyers in 3 different counties. Okay, because we were doing the loan and the real estate. Okay, me and my cousin, we had 8 assistants. So don't tell us we don't, especially me talking when I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been there, done that. That's why I like Grant Cardone so much, because he's got $4 billion in real estate. He's been at a 650, calls him 650. Okay, it's a $100 million jet. You let him talk about it. He's going $5 billion worth of real estate pretty soon because he's buying all these properties in Florida, which is kicking ass right now. And so the thing is that it's not the juice to do it. But as you, real estate agent, mortgage broker, you're different things. Investor, you'll get homes to buy under value, to add and fix up and rent. Or what I would used to do when I get those houses, I'd fix it up, rent, hold on to it, refinance it, and maybe it again, the market keep going up. And because when you're doing the house on a refinance, you're not paying any taxes on it. Different on commercial. Okay. And a lot of it just depends on the states. You're trying to get listings. Okay. And a lot of agents aren't doing this. Sorry, they're just not. And even if you have a couple agents in your area crossing over the same thing, who cares? Because you're going to have an offer that they want. If come in from real estate agents or mortgage brokers, look at them, do an analysis on it, and see what you're doing and what they're not doing. Okay, I used to be a collector of mail marketing. I used to check it out, all different kinds of companies, ideas from other times, or a lot of times I take them from a lot of businesses and things, the direct response stuff that they were. So as a real estate agent or a mortgage broker, so you're going to hit home areas, a lot of houses, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, basically those areas you can take. And I don't care what it is. For my target markets, I didn't hit the high-end stuff. I hit the short and mid. That was my use because I wanted the loans too, because all those people were move-ups. Okay. So I wasn't hitting the high-end areas. The high-end areas just came as my rough grew. So plus dollar stuff or whatever. And me and my cousin, we used to buy these homes in these high-end areas. Like, here's an example. There's one area in Puget Sound, Seattle area called Mercer Island. Mercer Island is one of the highest areas per square foot and also per dollar in the United States. I mean, it's right up there. There's another place in Bellevue where Gates lived and Ballmer and all, Bezos' ex-wife. Anyways, or Clyde Hill, which is high-end areas. So basically what it is, Mercer Island, the average price is $1 million plus easy. I used to go in there and I used to get listings in there. I remember when I first started real estate in 95, I had a bet with this other agent. He said I couldn't get a listing in there. And I got a listing in there in a week. I was in the house, listed it, got it sold. When I got another listing in there, didn't have to bring the price down. But anyways, I proved it could be done. So it was a nice big commission, even though I was on a crappy 50-50 split. But that's when he started at real estate back a long, long time ago. So postcard marketing is good because you can take. So when in the postcard, in the overall of marketing is really good because you can add a newsletter attached to that. But remember, so when you're setting your postcard up, have colorful pictures. Do not put on there. Oh, it dries. If you're an agent, do not put your picture on there for self-efficacy. Wrong answer. Wrong. That does not belong there. What belongs is a picture of a house, apartment building, whatever that's going for what you're talking about. A house, apartment building, whatever. And basically, you're gonna have your offer, whatever freebie you're gonna offer. You're going to have an 800 line or a dead phone. Make sure you leave a message on there like 30 seconds to a minute. And about a minute, and if people listen to it, you can track it. Because that same track with going to line or whatever, 8152 or whatever, basically you're going to be able to track that. Plus, you can have a coded number on the back of your postcard on the bottom so you can track it. Okay. And you can track it by area, especially great with 800 lines. But you want to leave that message on there because the thing is that you'll find out if they listen all the message. I usually do between 30 to 45 seconds. They listen all through that message. They're interested. Your website, that phone number is going to be on your website. Your web talk about your offer on it. You'll talk a little bit about you, not much. And you'll talk a little bit about your services. Don't get into tons of detail. Doesn't want to know. You want to be like these people putting up here. It's a self-efficacy thing. I don't care how much the internet is there. This is a people picture on you have a logo, use that. Or find something. Me, I'm getting a new logo made. I'll have her. I like putting the 650 jet because I like them. Okay, I like them. They're cool jets, Gulfstreams, awesome. Okay, so anyways, keep yourself out of it. Keep your ego out of it to help people. Remember, this is a people business. I don't care about how much internet stuff you have and blah 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 blah. It's still people business. You have to talk to them on the phone. You got to meet them in person. Okay. It's a people business. So you need to factor that in when you're doing your stuff. So you're basically your internet site, your phone line, preferably an 800 line if you can afford it. Hopefully you can. Basically, you're going to have your offer, okay, and basically you're going to tie this stuff in. Don't put your email address. Your goal is to have them call the 800 line, leave a message, have them leave basic information that you need, their name, their phone number, message, so you know. And then basically internet site the same way. They have their contact sheet. You can go ahead and put it down. You can have your email address on there to email you. The phone number again, but keep it simple. You don't want to kind of let it go through. Now, there are some stuff like in the Dean Jackson stuff, by referral only stuff. Tom Ferry's got a little of this. Cardone's got some of this. Basically, you can leave some kind of package that you have in the area or some kind of important information. DeanJackson.com. Go to it for real estate agents or mortgage people. He has a lot of information you can buy on his program. And there's other people out there too. You can get information program where you can download something. Okay. You might have one or two things, information for them, whatever. Okay. You can change that around too. I used to do that all the time. And I have people postcards, blah, 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 blah. There's variations of postcards, bank-owned properties, foreclosure property, people looking to sell, people looking to buy, that kind of thing. And there's a lot of ways you can get as far as the areas you're going into. I used to just do a saturation farm, and then I had specific farms. So I'm not going to lie because I did. Okay. So it's something you can do if you're already starting out, or even if you're a veteran starting out. I'd tell you at least 1,500 to 2,500 mailers minimum if you're going to. I read a story last. This one gal, she was a cherry in real estate. She's doing like her first year and a half in, and she just took 1,500 in an area that she was at, mailing it out every month. Then 6 months in, she got a listing. Next month, she got 2 listings. Okay, and she nailed it. Also, too, in the postcard realm, if you're a real estate agent, is that even an investor, after the property sells, you want to go ahead and send another mailer out. If you're a real estate agent and you back to the 8 profit activator, 8 profit, or as Joe Paula says, ELF, easy, lucrative, and fun, is that you're pre, during, after, and after. So there's 4 phases. Stump talks about this with his bioreferral only program. I remember he was talking this in '95. Him and Dean Jackson at the main event I went to in Seattle. There's probably, we were at a hotel. I don't even know which hotel. And there were probably 2,000 agents in there. Easy, with mortgage brokers and agents. Even there was even some lawyers in there too. Look at how to build their business. And so these are good ways to do it. Is in a marketing sense with your farm. Also, too, if you get a listing in that area, send out a pre on there, as far as a pre postcard in there when you get the listing, and then you send another one 2 weeks later. Unless you sell it right away in a hot market, doesn't matter. You send out another listing, and basically you have these 800 lines. You have websites. If you have it, you can get this cheap websites you can buy for the property or whatever, how you want to designate it. And then basically after it closes, no one after 30 days after it closes then too. So what happens, you've got this thing that you keep sending out to go ahead to get people in. There's a whole program, same thing applies. Basically you're offering something, direct response offer. You have your website, and then there's a phone number attached. Okay. And there's a way you can check it out on the screen. And the thing is, you send it out bulk mail. Bulk mail is the way to go. You're not going to pay 50, whatever. Bulk mail is a different deal, but it's worth the expense. You get to write it off. Okay. Because you're an independent contractor. But like I said before, what I dislike about the real estate industry, it drives me nuts, is that these broker owners, or if you're at a big company, you have a franchise, you're a broker owner or a designated broker, because the broker owner owns a bunch of offices or owns an office and doesn't want to do anything as a designated broker. They still don't send out any mail. They don't send any postcard mails anywhere to any farms. They don't send out any newsletters to an area, which he says you send out at least once a quarter. I would tell people you can send out once a month or once a quarter. It doesn't matter. If you send it out to your farm area with the postcards, keep it 2 weeks apart. Okay. What happens is the postcards, you want to be consistent and send out at the same time each month. Consistency is the name of the game. Consistency. Be consistent. If you do this, you will rock it. Okay. Essentially, these are things that really, they drive me up the wall. Basically, they're not helping. That okay. Just add my email at the bottom. So you guys can email me because I'll help you do it. Eventually down the road, coaching programs that are stuff that you'll be able to buy and do. Anyway, so is the basically you're trying to building, and so you're building platforms. And anyways, in these forms, you're trying to build, you're trying to value you're doing. So the postcard adding value, and you're trying to help people. Remember, this is still a people business. You're getting commissions and value that you're adding. You're a seller, you're trying to secure a buyer. The buyer's agent trying to get that person a house. I've known that agents had buyers. I've done this before. They're looking for a house in a specific area. They start dropping postcards out, especially in high-end areas. There are people that always want to sell. It's just the way it is. It's law of averages. It's a location. Some people want that. Like I said before, I didn't hit the $1 million club stuff because my target market was a middle. So into a low, into a medium, and eventually over time it went up. And so the cool part about that was that I was able to do more stuff. Let me see here. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. I was checking something here. Let me see. Okay. Hold on. I'm still trying to get this. I'm still trying to figure out the site here. It's not doing a lot of stuff that I wanted to do. It's driving me nuts. Anyways, so these are areas that I keep talking about because marketing is a big deal. It's the number one thing that you're doing because in real estate, you're a marketer. Okay. Is your marketing. And that's kind of what the deal is. You are a marketer. And so still trying to figure this out. I had it up there before. There we go. Anyways, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to add value everywhere you go. It's still people isn't trying to add value. So the postful, because it's something you can do, it's fairly inexpensive still. You can do it every month. Now, there's still a lot of other areas you could hit with postcards. Haas Pratt, he's in Texas. He's from Missouri. And he, because he does a lot of prospecting stuff, but he still does a lot of postcard prospecting. He'll talk about Haas Pratt because he's got some pretty stuff. Mike Ferry, he's got some good stuff. And then there's a lot of other people out there that do a lot of stuff, but some other people out there. But a lot of what they're doing is just regional, which is cool. And some of them have some pretty interesting things out there. I've seen some stuff in the southeast and northeast and guys, so it's all cool in the Midwest. When I'm here basically across the U.S. because I've seen the highlight film. So when you guys are thinking, you have to strategize where your dollars are going and how it's going to effectively benefit you. Especially postcard marketing is power hangers before. I had one this summer, a Keller's William agent in the area I was in did door hangers. They weren't great or something because they were fishing for lists. Door hangers are good if you do them once a quarter. The thing is, you can tie it in to your postcard marketing. Tie it in is that there are companies that do it, or you got to hire some kids to go out and do it and put them out. The thing about door hangers is they can tie in your postcard because it reinforces, and it's just a powerful to go ahead and force what you do. Also, too, if you're doing postcards, if you ever do video marketing or radio marketing, TV marketing, whatever, or you're doing, with YouTube, Vimeo, Hula, Yahoo, there's a lot of places you can put it. You can still tie this into a marketing because the thing is you can tie your 800 line and all these different 800 lines. You can tie it in because in your post you can use the yellow background with the black writing or white writing, whatever. I use black or different color or full pictures. Do not put your own picture on there of yourself. This is a big problem when I see these billboards out. They do that picture out. It's an image marketing thing, but it's stupid because all you're doing is you're having your ego in the deal. You're not anyone. You're not helping anybody. The thing is that you're showing yourself, making your image wise. People know goals. What do you offer to help them? Direct response marketing used to be a marketing. Gary Abraham is a good one. He should be reading Gary Abraham. Based Evan Pagan. Evan Pagan, he's really knowledgeable at once. And I'm just throwing these people out there. Claude Hopkins, you should read all his books. Joe Paulus put a book out a couple years ago, good book. The 10X Rule, Grant Cardone. It's about stories. I love marketing.com. You should have an easy, lucrative, fun business. All this ties in your postcard marketing, in internet stuff, which is great, but is it tied into your other marketing? This is a problem that I see all because they don't know how to integrate platforms. It drives me at the wall. I have a lot of these real estate sites, a lot of different areas. I just laugh. Okay, so I just put up a site right now, nickforecast.com, simple site. And the thing is, down the road, I'll completely change it. But right now, I just wanted to put did it. It's time to start things. And this is why I'm up. So if you're an investor, you're looking at specifics, or you're looking for areas you want to buy homes. The guy I told you about, who has a few $100 million worth of real estate, massive amount of passive income every month. He says that every month. So he's in homes all the time or parties, and he's buying them cash. Some will do finance, these apartment buildings will buy finance, will put down 20, 25, 30%, 40%, whatever. And then refinance it and still keep running out. Just talks about how to get them flip and dump, or he'll just keep them as rental because he always gets them under every. So these are things to think about. An investor, as a real estate agent and a mortgage broker, it's a double-edged sword because some of these properties do it. You can get the property under value. You can work it, do it. As long as you got your broker's approval, unless you own the office, you got your broker's approval. You have another agent do the deal, keep you out of the hawk. fine, do it. Or have your mortgage broker, same thing. So you have an opportunity to pick up properties and do flip and dumps or keep them as rentals. Also, too, building out your farm so you can get more listings. And then you get more listings and more, because that's your goal is to try to build a referral business over the next so many years. To say 40 years, get to 50% in referrals because you're not paying for a referral. Whole different subject. Same thing, because it applies and applies in when I'm doing both houses you might be able to buy, or houses that you can turn around and refinance, or you might get buyers off apartment buildings, which I tell real estate agents they should do that too. I said I get mad at brokers, designated brokers, broker owners. They don't help their agents. Yeah, they're win internet sites and all. They're not providing leads, and the leads that they do get in, usually they're basically leads they've had sitting around, don't want to do anything. Not that it's a bad lead, but which is great. But if in an office, they should be giving out a couple leads a month to each agent, and they would do that. The internet, they do that if they were doing other exterior marketing. What I like about the internet site and the post together, he has to platform together with these two. Mail's important. Postcards is cheaper to send out than put an envelope in. I'm just saying. Looking for stuff, your real estate agent looking for stuff, you're looking for stuff. And there's a lot of other angles too. You can hit those. It's easy. You can hit those basically depending on where area US you are. You're gonna have, but it's still something you can send out a lot of foreclosure cards. And I used to do the yellow. I used to do a yellow and a black, basically green and a black outline. Sometimes I would put color within the yellow. I might do black, red, and blue, whatever. But the thing is, I always had it was a direct response piece. I always offered something and basically had a website, phone number, boom, go. Don't put your email on there. Have them call the 800 line or go to your website and contact you that way. Because if they do, and you have a high chance of getting something. If they leave a message, that's like you keep the message about 30 to 45 seconds, sometimes a minute, no more. And had them go through and listen to everything. And you give them instructions and how to contact you. Those people are serious. And those are the ones you're looking for. So you're sending out 10,000 mailers a month, and you can get a 2.5 to 3.5% return. That's good. It means you're going to make money. It's going to more than pay for itself, and you're going to make money. And then all these things are going to tie in to all the other internet stuff that you have. Remember that your whole goal is to get sales, to make money. Remember, you're an independent and you're on commission. Also, too, I don't hate franchises, but you're part of the National Association of Realtors. When you're at a franchise, you got to pay a fee every year, or it sucks. It's $600 or whatever it is. It's lame. If you go to an independent, you don't have to do that. You want to be 100% agent. I know there's splits out there, 80-20s, 90-10s, whatever. Be 100% agent. It may pay your small, they take a fee after they close the deal. It's better to do that, be 100% agent, pay the whole year, because basically you want all your money. However you set it up with your tax accountant, as far as if you incorporate an LLC or whatever on your own, that's up to you, and however you want to deal with that. It's none of my business. That's something between you and your tax account. And so there's different ways that you can set stuff up. Remember, you're a marketer. You're marketing people's properties, or you're a buyer trying to help them at the house. You always see these students I see, trying to sell this dream, sell this, blah, 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 blah. That doesn't help the buyer. How are you helping the buyer? When you send a postcard out, you're doing a marketing piece. How are you helping the buyer? That's the question. And I'm telling you this stuff because no one's going to tell you any of this stuff. The stuff I'm telling you. And no one will talk about it. When I had some ownership in a mortgage company a while back, we used to send out a lot of mail. Okay? All our loan officers had leads coming in every month. We do a 50-50 split on it. Bam. And that loan officer got more referrals, which they usually did, off that buyer, and they get to keep them. Okay. But the thing is that you have to have a program set in place. There's the ASU professor of marketing. Oh, here it is. Robert Cialdini. Books I'm going to show. This book, Cialdini, you should, big deal. This came out a few years ago. You should buy it. Another book you should get. This one here, the 10X Rule. 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Read this book. This will help you guys out. I have these books right here on my desk because I go back and go through them. Because I think it's important, because there's a lot of info there, and that info can help you. And the thing is, when you're setting up for next year or whatever cycle you're in, and how you got your program set up, look at your marketing stuff, where you're allocating, but look at what's effective. You know what I'm saying? Besides your referrals, which referral business is like? Are you sending postcards out to your referrals? Are you sending a newsletter out to referrals? That's everything else. You have a website just for that. See, it's a program thing. One thing about myself is I'm a man of platforms. And this is why I was able to make a lot of money doing it, platform stuff out. Because the money I brought in, I was able to go ahead and chunk a certain amount each month for marketing every month, nonstop. And the cash machine is what aid assistant and the real estate front. So anyways, you got any questions, get a hold of me. Go to nickforecast.com. You can go ahead and email me at nickforecast@gmail.com. I like using my Gmail account. nickforecast@gmail.com. Go to nickforecast.com. You can get a hold of me on Facebook at nickforecast, or Twitter at nickforecast. Email me. I can help you set things up. Soon down the road, I'm going to put together some different coaching programs with my some different things we're going to set up, some different stuff. But I'm just trying to help you make money and be consistent. You guys have a good day. Part of the U.S. you're in, and marketing, and focus on your skill sets. Okay, have a good day.